I think Jonathan Pine is like a medieval knight looking for a cause.
You step out of line, we'll make you howl for your mother.
How did your role in The Night Manager come about?
Well, this was a book I loved when I first read it 24 years ago, and I had sort of dreamed of this story being brought to the screen. Although when I read it 25 years ago, I was thinking about playing the Tom Hiddleston role. But anyway, time goes by. And then they came to me, Simon Cornwell, who's John le Carré's son, came to me and said, would you be interested? And I said, oh my God, I would do anything to be a part of this. I've just loved the story for so long.
So you're familiar with the work of John le Carré?
I know whole chunks of John le Carré off by heart. I could actually recite large parts of The Spy Who Came In From the Cold, which I think is about the most perfect spy novel ever written.
What's so intriguing about his stories?
I think they're beautifully written. They're just exquisitely written. I think there's something profoundly romantic about his stories. I think even though they appear to have an atmosphere of melancholy and disappointment and defeat, they're about brave, noble people who are constantly frustrated and constantly defeated. But at the same time, I think there's something very, very romantic about these stories. I think Jonathan Pine is like a medieval knight looking for a cause. There's something noble and inspiring about the sacrifice of these characters.
The novel is set in the era of the Cold War, and now the TV show is set in our present age. Why do you think is it nonetheless very timeless as a story?
I think so, yes. In some ways, I think the spy novel is a bit like, it's our version of the Western, in the same way that for 100 years people would make stories about the Wild West, and they would use that world to tell stories about love and honor and betrayal and all these kinds of things. The spy story seems to do something similar for us now. It's a world where we understand the rules of the spy's life, and it's a really fascinating way of examining these eternal human qualities. What loyalty really means. Loyalty to what? Loyalty to who and why? And what are you prepared to do to further that particular cause? And Le Carré has been for 30, 40 years just the master of this genre.
Or had you fun playing a character who is morally questionable, but also very charismatic in his own way?
Yeah, he's described in the book as the worst man in the world. He is the devil in many ways, but of course the devil is, as we know, the devil has to be charming, because otherwise we would know he was the devil and we wouldn't go near him. The devil, of course, has a sort of charm. There is a glamour to his world and what he offers, and that is very, for all his evil, that is a very seductive thing. And I think the character of Pine is seduced by it to some degree, and it certainly is an enjoyable character to play. It's an enjoyable world to be part of, not just because of all the trappings and the speedboats and the fast cars. It's not that. It's the fact that to play a character who has dared to go beyond the limits of what normal people would ever consider right and proper, and he's like the character Roper is like a pirate. He's like an 18th century pirate who has taken himself out of the normal system of civilized life. He's an anarchist, I think, ultimately.
Was there any special experience you made during filming The Night Manager? Something very great or the worst thing ever happened on set?
Well, the best day was Alistair Petrie and I, who plays Sandy Langbourne. We had the two fastest speedboats on the Mediterranean. I mean, they're literally the fastest speedboat. I can't remember what they do as flat out, but it's crazy, these boats. And we were being followed by a helicopter, and we just drove around the Mediterranean. And we went to Greece in about 20 minutes, and then we went to Gibraltar in about 12 minutes. It was just ridiculous. And that was a truly, that was a good day. But I honestly think the best part of the whole experience was watching these other characters. The character of Corcoran that Tom Hollander plays, I've loved that character for 20 odd years since I read it. And to see him bring this character to life and to see all these things that I'd imagined in my head were actually finally becoming real, becoming flesh was a real thrill. It was a real thrill.
I just one more question. Because I'm working for a website which is interesting in a lot of TV shows. I'm just interested, what's your favorite TV show right now? Or
funnily enough, I don't watch a lot of drama right now. I love documentaries are my thing now. I don't know why that is. Maybe because I'm jealous and competitive. I don't know. That's probably the reason. Okay.
War is spectator sport. We are emperors of Rome.
What do you want, Miss Bird?
I want to make you an offer. Bring down Richard Roper. I want to put you inside his operation.
My name's Pine. I'm the night manager.